fitting is crucial. Hey guys, Chris Trott. I hope you're out there getting fit and finding the driver that's right for your game. Fitting is crucial as we get on this journey to the best drivers in the game. The QI10 Max from TaylorMade. What does it mean and how did we get to this point? It's 10,000 inertia points, the moment of inertia. What does all this mean? Moment of inertia happens when we strike the golf ball away from the center. Mishits happen to all of us, even to tour players. Colin Morikawa, Rory McIlroy, Tiger Woods, the greatest players that play this game, not always do they hit the center. So therefore, engineers at TaylorMade, they design a driver to help stabilize those off-center strikes. Good hit down there on the range, I'd be happy with that. But look, if I'm being brutally honest, it was a little bit low, it was a little bit out the heel. It goes out there at my yardage for driver, you take your results, you move on. As you do a fitting, I press you to take all the shots you hit, know where your mishit is, but also look down and realize that the design and shape of these drivers is made to help you, the player, keep them in play and not lose speed. So look at the journey that we've made to get to this point. Look at the different shapes that TaylorMade have had over the years that I've been out servicing the game's greatest players on these tour trucks. We're always looking to add movable weight with the R7 quad, inverted cone technology if I go further back in the 500 series, which would be something behind the face that would give a different speed based on mishits. Then came in different shapes that would give you CG locations further away from the head, CG locations closer to the head in the SLDR driver. All things that TaylorMade pushed to get the limits to combine speed with moment of inertia. And I think that's why it took so long for the QI10 Max to really come to life, because speed is something that we can't afford to lose when it comes to a golf club that we want to hit as hard as we can and get down the range. We all know from reading stuff that Mark Brody, the PGA Tour statistician, puts out there when it comes to every shot counts. We know when we stand there with our course planners from Sky Caddy and we look at how we want to hit it, the further down the hole you go, the more chance you have then of going in with a more lofted golf club, which brings in room for error. So having these 10,000 moment of inertia points where the club doesn't twist on an off-center strike is crucial for you, the player, because it keeps you in play, but allows you speed to get down that fairway. I've got an LS model here from TaylorMade. It's different again. CG, you have further forward than my Max. You can see here the geometric shapes of the two are significantly different. As I look down at CC, which will be something that everyone is accustomed to, this is a much larger footprint, but it maintains the look when it comes to a golf club. It still has the great lines on the front that define this twist face. It has the carbon crown on the back that's going to save weight. Weight savings for you, the golfer, are huge because it allows engineers to place our center of gravity, which here is a big weight in terms of the mass, in a location that can project through the face to give you the optimum ball launch conditions that we get from our launch monitors. So where's the future going? What can we expect when it comes to players? Is AI going to impact how you choose your driver? These are all things that TaylorMade aren't going to tell me what the plans are, but in my opinion, based of years of being on the tour, looking at full swing launch monitors that have given us so much more data as players, keeping up with things like Clipped that gives us data. I touched on Mark Brody, data. ShotLink with the PGA Tour, data. The more data we can have as players, the better informed we can be to pick the golf shafts we use, even to pick the grips, the swing weight, which is the balance point, but also the driver. And I think there is so much when it comes to fitting and getting the right head for your game that data's only going to help there. But it's also going to push the limits of this club. Notice the aero from wind tunnel testing. The shape right now from the top as you look down, we're pushing the classic. The LS without doubt is the classic looking driver. When you put the Max down, we're bending on what classic is. We're bending on what acceptance is of the golfer. And I think as we move forward, that's going to be something you're going to see more of. The other thing, and I was handed this from playing with a long drive player the other day, tee height. Now, there will be a legal limit as to how high you can tee it, but long drive guys, they understand that if they can deliver an angle of attack that is shallower and get closer to the optimum numbers of launch with the correct amount of spin for the speed that they put in, that creates more yardage. Those golf shots and these drivers, when you get the right delivery numbers, rather than they lose their line because they're not hit with as much backspin to keep it on line, we'll be able to get to a place, I think, where we can hit golf shots that will stay in play based on the spin that will be generated from maybe less loft on the blade. Because if you play less loft, this smash factor number that you'll all know from watching the Club Champion stuff, that you see the energy that comes out of the head, the reason the faces are carbon to deliver energy transfer, all those numbers will get maximized based on players being able to deliver more optimum numbers and keep the golf ball in play, again, as data drives our choices and as the geometric shape of the club gets pushed to an area that is non-traditional, further away from our LS shape where we're at, further away even from what QI10 Max looks like today. I think we're really going to get back into shapes, completely unique look with CG locations for the players that of yesteryear maybe, or a few years back, who are steeper on it. They'll be able to position, again, movable weight, it's all happening in front of you, but weight's in a place that works for them. But they'll also be able to remove weight should they want to and find a balance point that is right for you as a player. Again, putting the emphasis on fitting being what drives the future of golf clubs. So from years of being with TaylorMade, from years of seeing the R&D teams push the boundaries without knowing exactly where they're going, I can guarantee that data is being looked at with every player and every individual. Right now, today, there are 3 heads in the QI10 family lineup, the Max, the LS, and the Core model. But look, maybe we're going to get to a place where your driver comes with pieces that you can remove should you be a slicer, and pieces that you can add should you be a drawer of the golf ball, so we can get this more customizable to you, the individual. But I also think our understanding of players as to how we deliver the golf club is going to change. The tee height and the golf ball that we can tee this up at, we already know about the rule infractions that are coming into place when it comes to the golf ball, about changes of the rollback, about changes of where that's going. As that rule develops, you will see a knock-on that happens with driver design without doubt, to try and compensate for that as engineers work within the boundaries that this great game sets. But the conclusion remains the same. For me, data-driven fitting is what is going to get you, the viewer, into the right driver for your game. 10,000 moment of inertia is only going to get quicker. That is the future of driver design. Having a driver that goes long whilst keeping it straight, and also your knowledge as a player and as teachers that we give to you guys as to how you deliver the club will also improve. Be sure to get fit. Club Champion can take care of all of those details. I can't speak high enough for the process. Enjoy it, but own what you want as a player, and know going in, the more data you have, the better you're going to be fit to get the right driver for you.